Hello everyone. The next topic which we will be discussing is about the biomolecules. Now, when a living system grows, sustains and reproduces itself, one of the most amazing thing about a living system, it is that it is composed of both the living atoms as well as the non-living molecules or atoms. The pursuit of knowledge of what goes on chemically within the living system falls in the domain of the biochemistry. So the word biomolecules is came from this term only, the biochemistry. There are living systems that are made up of various complex biomolecules. There are carbohydrates, there are proteins, there are nucleic acid, lipids, etc. And proteins and carbohydrates, they are considered as one of the essential constituents of our food. So these biomolecules, they interact with each other and they constitute the molecular logic of life processes. So this is about the term biomolecules. Now, things around us have been classified as living as well as non-living, depending on whether the cell constitutes the matter or not. So all the living organisms are made up of the fundamental unit which is called as the cell. However, we further divide a cell and we can say that it is made up of many atoms. And when the cell comprises of inorganic and organic compounds, on the basis of the chemical analysis, we conclude that everything is in this world is made up of same chemicals and they differ only in their proportion. So let's take a glance at biomolecules, that what is it, what is the chemical composition of biomolecules, what are the four categories of biomolecules. So let's start with the first thing, that is what are the biomolecules. Now biomolecules are all the carbon containing compounds, that is organic compounds, and they are present in the living entity. So they are present in the living entities. They are organic molecules and they are present in the living cells that are involved in the maintenance and metabolic processes of the living organisms. Now, there are four major classes of biomolecules, and that are these are the four major classes of biomolecules. First is carbohydrates, proteins, nucleic acid, and lipids. So these are the all the four categories or all the four classes of the biomolecules. Every biomolecule is essential for the body functions and it is manufactured by the body itself. So these are considered as very important and they vary in nature, the type, the structure and function. So all of them, they have different structures, all of them have different functions in their body. And biomolecules, they are made up of functional groups, and some of the biomolecules, they are straight chain, others may be cyclic rings or both. Moreover, they can vary in their physical properties such as water solubility and the melting point. So in a living cell, the functional group of biomolecules is these are the carbohydrates, proteins, nucleic acid and the lipids. So let's start with the first, carbohydrates, and all of these in detail, that what are these. So first we will be discussing is about the proteins. So proteins, they are said to be the constitute the majority of the biomolecules in a cell. The simpler unit is known as the amino acid. So there is a primary structure which has been depicted here. So the primary structure has amino acids, which is the simpler unit of the proteins. So these are the amino acid that is made up of the biological polymers. And we know about 21 different types of amino acids which are present, and they have a complex structure. So they have, it is mentioned 3 here, but there are 4 structures which are there, which is a complex structure. They can be primary structure, they can be secondary, tertiary and quaternary. So these are the 4 structures of the proteins. So amino acids as we were discussing about the amino acids in the diagram itself. So what are amino acids? Amino acids are carbon containing compounds with a carboxylic acid group and amino group that is found at the two ends. And each amino acid, it comprises of one central carbon enclosed by four substituents, and these substituents are carboxylic acid group, amino group, hydrogen, and a variable group which is indicated by RR. The variable group determines the type and the nature of the amino acid. So this is what the amino acids or the proteins are. Next is we will be discussing the classification of amino acids. So as we have discussed about the amino acids, now the next we will discussing is about the two types of amino acid, that is the essential amino acids and the non-essential amino acids. So what are these essential and non-essential amino acids? The amino acids which can be synthesized in our body is known as the non-essential amino acids, and on the other hand, which cannot be synthesized in the body but must be obtained through our diet, they are known as the essential amino acids. So these are the two kinds of amino acids which are being studied. So they are essential amino acids and non-essential amino acids. Now if we want to discuss about the what is the amino acid, how the amino acid looks like, what is the structure of amino acid, then the amino acids are usually colorless and they are crystalline solids. They are water soluble, they have high melting solids, and they behave like salts rather than simple amines or other carboxylic acids. This behavior of the amino acids is because it is due to the presence of both the acidic, that is the carboxyl group, and the basic, that is the amino group in the same molecule. So this is what the amino acid is. So next we will be discussing, if we want to see the number of proteins or the amino acids that are there, then there are about 21 amino acids as it was been already shown in the previous slide. Now what are the examples of the 21 amino acids? It can be glycine, alanine, valine, leucine, isoleucine, arginine, lysine, and furthermore. So there are about 21 amino acids which are known. Next is about the nucleic acids. So nucleic acids, they are the genetic material that is present in an organism. It includes DNA and RNA. So the DNA and RNA are the types of amino acids. They are the combination material of the nitrogenous bases, sugar molecules, and the phosphate group. They are linked by different bonds in a series of steps. So our body consists of hydrocyclic compounds like pyrimidine and purine. So they are nitrogenous compounds like adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine, and uracil. So when these bases they bond with the sugar chains, they form the nucleosides, and nucleosides in turn bond with the phosphate group to give the nucleotides like the DNA and RNA. So the main function here about the nucleic acid is the nucleic acid helps to regulate various functions in our body. For example, it can be growth, it can be reproduction, it can be metabolism. So these are all the functions of nucleic acid. Now, as I have told you that nucleic acid has been divided further into DNA and RNA. Now, DNA, which is the chemical basis of heredity, and it may be regarded as the reserve of the genetic material. It is exclusively responsible for maintaining the identity of different species of organism over millions of years. The DNA is capable of self-duplication during the cell division, and identical DNA strands they are transferred to the daughter cells. And another important function of nucleic acid is the protein synthesis in a cell. So the RNA, which is being depicted here, that is the ribonucleic acid, they are the molecules in the cell, but the message for the synthesis of a particular protein is present in the DNA. So the protein synthesis is being done by the RNA. So these are the functions of the DNA and RNA. Next is about the carbohydrates. So what are carbohydrates? Carbohydrates, they are polysaccharides that are known as carbohydrates, and they are known as the macromolecules. So they are the macromolecules. They are made up of monosaccharides, so they are further being divided as monosaccharides, disaccharides, and the polysaccharides. So majority of the living cells are rich in carbohydrates, and they are the final products of many metabolic processes. For example, glucose, it is the final product of the photosynthesis. So it is based on the sugar molecules they are made up of. So all the types of monosaccharides, disaccharides, and polysaccharides, they are made up of based on the number of sugar molecules. Carbohydrates, they are primarily reproduced by the plants, and they form a very large group of naturally occurring organic compounds. Some common examples of carbohydrates include cane sugar, glucose, starch, etc. So this is what the carbohydrate is. Next is the classification of carbohydrates, that is monosaccharides, oligosaccharides, and polysaccharides. So what are monosaccharides? A monosaccharide is a carbohydrate that cannot be hydrolyzed further to give simpler units of polyhydroxyaldehyde or ketone, and it is called a monosaccharide. And around 20 monosaccharides, they are known to occur in the nature, and some of the examples include glucose, fructose, ribose, etc. The next is the oligosaccharides. So oligosaccharides, they are the carbohydrates that yield 2 to 10 monosaccharides units on hydrolysis, and they are called as the oligosaccharides. The oligosaccharides, they are further categorized as disaccharides, trisaccharides, and tetrasaccharides, and they are depending upon the number of monosaccharides they provide on the process of hydrolysis. So monosaccharides, oligosaccharides are divided into three parts further, that is disaccharides, trisaccharides, and tetrasaccharides. Next comes is the polysaccharides. So they are the carbohydrates which yield a large number of monosaccharide units on the hydrolysis, and they are called the polysaccharides. Some of the examples of these polysaccharides are starch, cellulose, glycogen, gums. So these are some of the examples. The polysaccharides, they are not sweet in taste, but they are also non-sugars. So this is what the categories of the or classification of the carbohydrates. Next comes is the lipids. So what about lipids? Lipids, they are a group of water insoluble compounds, and that includes, the examples of this includes the glycerol, fats, steroids, phospholipids, etc. They are very similar to carbohydrates because they are made up of the same compounds as the carbohydrates are made of. So they are made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. They are further categorized into two parts, that is the unsaturated fatty acids and the saturated fatty acids. Where are these lipids found? So lipids, they are found in the fats, oil, hormones, and other structures such as the cell membrane. So they are found in those things. Now, as I have told that lipids. Now this was all about the this was all about and this was all about the biomolecules, and these are some of the references.